On this special edition of Litter Media Live, we're preparing to talk entertainment, Majestic Theatre specifically, and that would be the representative, Lori Graves.
Yes, thanks for having me, Dan.
Perhaps one day a state representative.
No. No, Mark Johnson can keep that. I do not want that, yes.
Interesting introduction. State Representative Lori Graves.
Whew, I don't know.
But she's representing Chillicothe today and the Majestic Theatre and some other hats, too. We'll talk about a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But first, these words from our friends at Classic Brands. Classic Brands, Ohio, of course, helping us with today's visit with Lori Graves. And Lori, good to see you here. You have been busy.
I have, Dan. Very busy.
Busier than a beaver and a bee combined.
Yes. All those things. Yes, I've been busy.
But we're glad that you made it in here today to talk with us. We want to take a look at things that are going on at the Majestic Theatre. Of course, last weekend had the Oktoberfest, and you were a part of that, and using the Majestic green space for the wiener dog contests and everything.
Loved that. And I had a comedy show the night before. We did a Raising the Roof comedy.
Yes. And how did that turn out?
It did well. We had about 200. The comics were great. They were all people except for two who they were one of my students at Ohio University Chillicothe in my beginning comedy workshop. And then we had the headliner, Jeff Jenna, who, if you ever get to see Jeff Jenna, he's amazing. He is one of the top 10 corporate comics in the country, and he also does Carnival Cruise Lines and things like that. He's been doing comedy for 40 years plus.
Yucking it up on the open seas.
Oh, he's great. So solid guy.
Now we're going music for the next month, right?
Oh, October is packed at the Majestic. Yeah. We are packed. We're busy every weekend. We start off with local favorites, Twitty and Lynn. It is Loretta and Conway's grandchildren. Have you been to one of their shows?
I've not, but I've heard a lot about it.
Oh, it's great. They sing their songs. They stop and they tell stories about their grandparents, and it's kind of almost like a variety hour show because they're hilarious themselves, and they're telling the stories. They kid around. Sometimes they'll bring people up from the audience. Yeah. So it's a unique experience. Everybody's involved in the show. Even if you're just in your seat, you're still involved. You're a part of the show.
Almost like a magic show where they bring you up and
you
disappear.
I think he sang to a woman last time, brought her up on stage, and she was all hugged up on him, and it was cute. I was an usher that night. But if you want to go to this show, it is October 4th. Doors open at 6:30. The show is 7:30. There are around 15 floor seats left and about 75 balcony seats. We seat 500. So this is almost gone.
And that's a Friday night show, right?
Yeah, it is a Friday. Yes, it is a Friday. So, get off work, come on over to the Majestic, park downtown, eat at one of our local restaurants, and come to the show, make an evening of it. Mm-hmm. So, and it's a good show.
And then Saturday, it's an all-day affair. We visited with Daniel and Jessica Griesheimer the other day. And, of course, they had their big Paul premiere of the, or is it Palmyre?
Palmyre, Palmyre, yes.
For the Without Her showing, but there's a lot of things for dogs and dog owners to do as well. So it's a long day.
Yes, they're having two showings, and if you go on their website, withouther, I believe, .com. I just had them on my show this morning. You can get your tickets from there. The tickets for that show are not on the Majestic website, and all the information is on their Facebook page. It's Without Her Film, but the movie is called Without Her. It is it's about domestic violence, and it's a message film, but the film is shot from the perspective of a dog.
Yeah. Storm. Which is Jessica's dog.
Yes. So I'm in a scene of that movie.
Yeah. Are you the one behind the counter at Shawnee Lanes?
I am. And they said, we need you to have an attitude. And I was like, got that covered. I got that all day.
There's no acting involved.
Yeah. I won an Oscar for that role, Dan. I could do that. So I'm super excited for Daniel and Jessica. I think this is their second feature-length film that they've produced locally. And being an independent filmmaker, I would imagine it's not easy in a small town. but they're killing it. They're out there doing it. So try to support them. There are 2 shows. I believe there's a noon and then there's an evening show.
7 o'clock. And again, you can only get tickets online.
From them. They're not on the Majestic website. So.
So that's on Saturday. But that's not the only thing going on in October at the Majestic Theatre.
'Tis not. We have on October 11th, the Magic of Motown. So if you are a Motown fan, I know my mother is super excited, the Sharon, about going to this. I'm going with her. These shows are fun because, people get into it. They'll get up out of their seats. They're dancing in front of their seats. And it's music that everyone can relate to. Everyone can dance to. I think Motown music crosses generations.
Oh, yeah.
It's just easy to, it's just music easy to love. And we are about 35% sold out right now for that, but it is October 11th. So I look for those tickets to start moving quickly in the next week. So if you want to attend that show again, doors open at 6:30, showtime 7:30, but I would get on the Majestic website with a quickness to get Motown tickets.
And that's majesticchillicothe.net?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. Yes.
All right. Motown. You can't go wrong hearing Motown.
No.
Smokey Robinson type songs, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, a little smoky. Yeah, hey, let's do it. Maybe we could do Motown together sometime.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a singer either. I'm not a singer.
We can talk it, but we can't.
Right, maybe we could pull out our old band instruments. Because you were a trombone player, right?
Trombone,
So you told me, yeah. I was like flute and French horn and weird things. Oboe. I was.
So you were. I was only brass. You have gone woodwind and brass.
Yeah, I started with a flute. I went to, and then I kind of moved up. Basically, every semester, my band director said, "Hey, Lori, we need this for a part. Can you learn how to play this?" And I'm like,
utility musician.
Sure, Mr. Wills. I was like, sure, I can do that. So yeah, we had an all-girl bass drum line one year. That was super cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Women setting the tone.
We did. We were trailblazers in the bass drum industry. So no.
So the next week you jump into, again, the 1970s. So you go from the 60s to the 70s, and we're featuring...
and we have back-to-back shows again, Friday, Saturday on that weekend. Okay. On the Friday, again, town favorite Fleetwood Gold is coming back on a Friday. Showtime 7:30, doors open at 6:30. Now, the floor on this one is completely sold out. There are maybe 5 or 6 random seats that are single seats. And then we have about 60 balcony seats, and that's it. So if you want to go to Fleetwood Gold, and again, they've been here numerous times. They put on a great show. It's almost like they take you back. Yeah. And they are a town favorite. And I look for that show to completely sell out. Probably by when the weekend's over, it'll probably be gone.
The cool thing about bands like that is, if you've seen them once, you enjoy it, you want to go see them again.
Right, yeah.
And it becomes, if they're here 3, 4, 5 times, many people have not missed all 5 of those shows.
You're exactly correct. I remember earlier in the spring, we had people messaging us saying, hey, when is Fleetwood Gold coming back? So people, locals, they find a band, and we have them a couple times. We know the feedback because they let us know, hey, when are they coming back? I want to get tickets before they sell it, because they know they're going to sell out. And they're also a fun band. They're just fun to have around.
But none of these wear makeup. You've got one coming that's all makeup.
Oh, we do. 70s people, get ready, because on October 19th, Kiss Army takes the Majestic stage. And I can't wait for this one. I can't wait. These tickets just went on sale. So now is the time to jump in and get your Kiss Army tickets. And I would love to personally see audience members dressing up. I would love to see people in the audience in Kiss attire.
I have seen that happen at these shows. It's amazing.
I would love it. I remember back in the day when we'd have a costume contest at the Cross Keys, there was a gentleman that dressed up like Gene Simmons every year, to the T.
Was it Lou Volmer?
I don't think it was Lou. No, I don't think it was Lou.
Because the last event I was at that involved Kiss, Reminiscence, Lou Volmer was there. as Gene Simmons as well.
Oh, Lou, I need to see that, Lou. I need to see this in person. But yeah, I forget the gentleman's name. Excuse me. Menopause brain fog. But he would come in dressed up, and he would go to all of the local watering holes and enter all the contests. And he was really tall too, so you could see him coming.
Stands out.
Yeah.
Without the platform shoes.
Right. He didn't need them. I don't think. He was already up there. But so yeah, this Kiss Army show, again, the tickets just went on sale. If you're a Kiss fan and you want to relive some of the days, I suggest you get on the website again early. Fortunately, Dan, all of our shows lately have been almost selling out or selling out, which is fantastic for the Majestic.
Absolutely.
And for local people, that's 500 people in a 170-year-old theater giving it life. And that's what we like. Yeah.
The theater likes that too.
Oh, the theater loves it.
And so do the ghosts that reside there.
Yes, they do. I just had someone ask me the other day, like, have you had an experience? I said, yes. When you're in here by yourself at night, it is creepy.
It really is.
It is creepy. Every little thing you hear, you're like, what was that? What was that? So, yeah.
I was there one day just shooting film and doing things behind the scenes. And when I went through the dressing room area downstairs, I had to, make the quickest trip as I could.
Yeah.
Because I felt uncomfortable.
You do. And it's so hard to describe. And people who are like, I don't believe in that. Come to the Majestic. Let me walk you through there. It'll make a believer out of you, because you just get kind of that what do you call it? Spidey sense. You just kind of like the hair on the back of your neck stands up and
takes off.
You're just like, I got to get out of here.
This kind of segues into what I want to talk about next, and that's the folk block, where you now start your mornings. And
yes,
when I was working in the folk block for WFCB back when they were there in the 1980s, we were in the penthouse upstairs, and I always heard footsteps. And I'm wondering, you're on the ground floor. Do you hear footsteps?
I haven't yet, but because we always have the sound on, so I haven't really been in there when it's quiet, just initially when I walk in. Mm-hmm. And I was going to ask you where you guys were. So you were clear on the top.
The penthouse.
Yeah. Because we are in the first floor in the window. So you can drive by and see me sitting there in the morning. And I said, I either feel like a fish in a fish bowl, or now I know what the animals at the zoo feel like, because people go by and just stare at me, and which I do love it. People are coming by and waving and honking the horn. And some sanitation workers from Chillicothe the other day stopped in the middle of Paint Street and honked, and they were all waving at me. It's cool. It's cool to be in there. And I know radio has been in that building before. So it's kind of nice to be a part of that tradition of the folk block that you started, just being in there and having a radio station in there.
I don't know if you recall Spook Beckman or not, but Spook was an announcer in Columbus for many years. And when his last gig, I think, was with WCOL at the time, they had right there on Main Street, or it was a broad street, downtown Columbus, had a studio just like what you have now.
Oh, in Columbus? That would be crazy.
By all the time, standing there, poking fun at him, and he would reference them while he was talking. And now, if I'm not mistaken, your studio is set kind of like where you're looking this way and the window's to your right?
Right. Like if I'm looking at the camera now, the studio would be here on my right. So I have to turn to look.
Spook was looking right out the window. So there was always something going on.
Hey, Total Media. We need to, hey, Justin Drummond, we need to make some adjustments. No.
You can imagine what that's like.
I do. I like it. And I've been joking that I want it to be like the Today Show. I want people out there. Yeah. And when I said that, some people did show up with signs. So that was nice. It was, thank you for listening.
We've not referenced the radio station. It's 100.9 Hank FM.
Mm-hmm.
So your opportunity to listen in 6 to 9?
6 to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. And I start at 6 a.m. every day. I play Dolly Parton 9 to 5. I love Dolly. I always said our queen and savior, Dolly Parton. And so I start every show with her. My mom said when she's laying in bed, when she hears that dun, 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 she goes, I know your show's starting. So
I tell my age here a little bit. I played that when it was a current song.
Did you? Nice. Yeah.
Way back when.
Well, I told you earlier, I have nothing to go on for radio. Total Media, bless their hearts, took someone down there must love me. They took a big chance giving a comic 3 hours of just whatever you want to do in the morning. But I told Dan earlier, I've listened to you most of my life on the radio around here. I've listened to you. I remember listening to Chip. and everybody, and I've just kind of molded like what I've always heard, what I grew up with. So really, Dan, you're kind of like my mentor, if you didn't know that.
You never know who's watching and who's listening.
Exactly.
And you're that person for people listening now.
I hope so. Matt Bruning called me one day. Matt gave me, some advice. We talked, and and I forget, was it you or Matt that said on my Facebook, you can say anything on the radio once?
That was Matt Bruning.
That was Matt, yeah. And I took it from that. That means after that you're fired. So I took it from that. So
you did make me chuckle out loud the other day when you were talking about the wiener dog races.
Oh yeah.
You chuckled because you said you can say wiener on the radio, that kind of thing, and I was literally going, that was good.
Yeah, because I could say, and I think I said it maybe 8 or 9 times because I could, and even at the races, I was kind of putting out some innuendos there with the word wiener, just because, children were there and I didn't want to be disrespectful to anyone. So
I hope one day you get a chance to do donkey basketball. Do announcing for donkey basketball.
Only if we do it together.
There are all kinds of lines that you can use.
Yes.
I try not to use them, but...
well, you sit next to me and I'll say the lines, Dan.
I'll be your straight man.
And then you can just look at me like disapprovingly and shake your head, and we'll just do like a thing. So we can do that, yeah.
I have a feeling I'd be blushing from here. So it's been a pretty cool experience. You were, 3 weeks in?
I am 3 weeks in. Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, which will be the last Friday, will be 3 weeks. I've only left the mic on twice.
Yeah.
And the one time my phone kept ringing and I was getting annoyed. And I'm like, what does she want? And I answered the phone and I went, hello. And she said, your mic's on. And I went, thank you. And I hung up the phone and turned it off. But thankfully you could just hear mumbling. You couldn't actually hear me. So now I'm very aware. Yeah. The minute I say, 100.9 Hank FM, I hit that off button. I hit it. I take my headphones off and then I look back down to make sure the off button is still on. So
I can't wait till that button stops on you. And there are times
that happens.
You push it and it gets stuck. And so make sure that
I am aware of that now.
Or if the light that is on, the bulb burns out.
Oh, Dan, this is good things to know.
That's why you always pot down the microphone.
Okay, they showed me the slide. They said, when in doubt, just go down. So yeah, I'm glad everybody knows these things. I'm
not only
learning.
helping you from embarrassment, but also them from an FCC violation.
Exactly. I don't want to lose everything I make in a month to the FCC.
Precisely. So make sure you catch her in the weekday mornings, right?
Yes, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. I'm there. It's we play classic country, which who knew? Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson are now classic country. Who knew? Who knew?
Well, you sing long enough, I guess it happens.
I know. I feel like I'm in high school and college again with these songs. So yeah, they're good.
Another hat that she wears on a daily basis is Pioneer Center. And yesterday you had the donation day.
We did.
How did that go?
We collected shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, paper towels. Someone, I don't know who it was, reach out on Facebook if you want me to know. Someone Amazoned us a giant case of paper towels, and they showed up yesterday. Yeah. No name or anything. So we would love to thank you for that. But unless you want to be anonymous, but somebody said, this is for you. And I thought, what is in that box? And I looked, I'm like, oh, it's a whole case of paper towels. So, but we do. We're going to have donation drives, maybe every quarter. We have things like toothbrushes, and so I have some small appliances, sheets, things like that. New sheets, new towels, new washcloths. Yes. For individuals, and just so happened last week we had an individual who is starting over, and they're getting a new apartment. So we have things on hand that we can give them, just to, get them started. Like, here, we have you. And, maybe an individual or a client might be low on hygiene products one month, and they can come down and I can give them. So everything that you donate does go to the people that we serve in Ross County. And the Ross Board of DD serves over 800 people in this county.
Is that right?
Yes, over 800 people. And just to let people know, if I could, to clear up a misconception, I just talked to parents the other day. Their child is a freshman in high school, and I said, "Hey, are you with us yet?" And they said, "Well, no, they don't go to the Pioneer School." And I said, "You do not have to attend the Pioneer School to receive services from the Ross Board of DD. We serve infancy until the end." And anytime in there, if you need us, we're there for you. So if you are an individual with disabilities and developmental disabilities in the county, or if you know of someone, have them contact us. We would love to, get you in our system. And you might not need us now, but the day you do need us, you're already going to be with us, and the process can move a lot quicker.
You become part of the family.
Exactly. And we're with you. Yeah. And we do all kinds of fun stuff, and we have programs that people can be involved with. So.
And when I say family, it's a kind of family. It's like, not like the family.
Yeah, they're like the family. We're not doing that. I know.
We're not insinuating anything, but
we do. We consider our individuals our friends and our family, and we get to know them over the years. They do become part of your family, and so we do what we can to help take care of them, and that's why we have these donation days to get supplies to make their lives a little easier.
You're very much involved with Special Olympics with the Pioneer kids, and it's amazing to see. And I talked to Rick Marriott about this several years back, and I said, what's crazy about this community is the inclusion that this community has shown to all these kids.
It's insane, yeah.
And beyond their teen years into their adulthood as well. So,
yes.
They're just fantastic people, and the folks around here love them.
Oh, they do. I mean, we can... like just this past year, we talked earlier about how, we practice at Chillicothe. I coach track. I do have a couple younger people on my team, but most of my team is, 20 and up. And I have a couple of gentlemen. I have a gentleman in his 60s. He's we have all ages. And, Unioto, Donnie Uten would bring some of his varsity members over from his track team, and they would work out with us. Chillicothe, Rob and all the coaches are just great with us. I'm going to work with Rob and Don this year. I think Ross County Special Olympics, the Trailblazers, we're going to have 2 pentathlon athletes in track this year.
Right.
Yes, and I'm so excited. They'll be in different age divisions. They have to run 100. They have to run an 800. They have to do the high jump, long jump, and throw the shot put. Mm-hmm. And that all happens at the state summer games. And I am so excited. I've talked to 2 of my athletes, and they are ready to go. So we are, Uten and Strong are in on me with this. We're going to get those fellas trained, and hopefully we can make a good showing and represent Ross County the way it should be represented.
As you have over the years.
We've been racking up medals. I'm not going to lie. It's for fun. But the Trailblazers like to win. They're competitive. So, and I, being a coach, I encourage that. Some of the athletes are there for the social aspect, which is great, and we respect that. And then we also have athletes who are there and they want to compete, and we respect that as well.
Yeah. This is my own opinion. Pioneer Center has become Hardware U. I mean, you're getting all the medals and everything. So
they are crushing. Even basketball, bowling. We have the state champion power lifter, Caleb Giles, in this county. He is the state champion power lifter for Special Olympics.
And I've been seeing on Facebook that you're gearing up for a big cornhole tournament as well.
Yes, we had a cornhole team. We have a tournament for that. And once that's finished, we started disc golf this year. We have a disc golf team. And then when we move into the winter, we have swimming, we have basketball. And then starting last year, our basketball team has a cheerleading squad now.
Oh, nice.
We have cheerleaders. So, Courtney Davis does a real good job, her and Chris Hiles, of making sure our athletes have the supplies they need, the uniforms they need, and the new sports like disc golf. She's trying, she keeps up with the times. And we're always looking to add to our programs to give our individuals, as much entertainment and as much athleticism as they want to exhibit. We want to make sure that we're there for them and make them do that. So
watch out for the Special Olympians coming your way. They'll be making waves.
Yes.
Anything we've missed?
Other than me taking a nap, Dan, I don't think we've missed anything. So, yes. And thanks for having me on today and covering everything that I'm involved with, because I'm involved a lot with the community. I'm also the community campaign chair for the United Way again this year too. So, I guess I can't say no. So ask me, I'll probably say yes if you want me to do something.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
You get sucked in.
I do. I just love this town. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Lori Graves, she's been our special guest here today on a special edition of Litter Media Live.